Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another review. This is going to be for The Walking Dead number 130. There are whispers and I was afraid. So yeah, very interesting issue you asked me. So yeah, before I actually begin the actual review, um, 10 seconds spoiler warning as usual. Yeah, 10 seconds spoiler warning as usual. Get the comic, then come back and watch the rest of this review because I may spoil something for you. So 10 second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually read this issue, haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me that I never gave you a fair warning because as usual, I did. So The Walking Dead number 130, The Whispers and I Was Afraid. What did I think of it? As usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then rate. So for this issue, you have Rick and Carl arriving to the hilltop. They greet Maggie, who they haven't seen since basically the end of the All Out War story arc. Uh, Carl, as you could tell from the previous issues, is there to become a blacksmith. He's trying to become a blacksmith, trying to gain some kind of apprenticeship. So he goes to a main blacksmith, which I believe his name is Earl, but I may be wrong. I think his name is Earl, but I may be wrong. And it seems that he already has an apprentice called Roland. So it seems that Carl may want to switch his apprenticeship, or may have to share with Roland on with his apprenticeship. How that's gonna work out, check out in future issues. So yeah, then you have Rick and Maggie, they're trying to reconnect because they haven't really seen each other since the end of the All Out War story arc. So Maggie's baby's more grown up, I guess, 2 years old, but grown up from the last time Rick saw him. Um, you know, so yeah, you have Rick, again trying to reconnect with Maggie. And it seems like some of the townspeople in the hilltop know who Rick is because they practically swarm him. Saying, oh my gosh, Rick, you saved us. Thank you for this and that and that. Which is pretty funny. And Maggie's like, don't let it go up to her head. He's like, I hate this attention. I mean, I know, I get that they appreciate it, but I hate the attention. So yeah. But whatever. Maggie introduces Rick to the new baby, her baby, which is called Herschel. Nice callback to Herschel, who was her father and the baby's grandfather. And it's funny because the baby also kind of looks like Glenn. So Rick comments on the fact that he gets to sleep here all peace and calm, not really knowing much about the past, and with all these walkers, all around, death and everything. He says it's kind of ironic, basically. But yeah, then you have Ken. Is it Ken? I think it's Marco. Sorry. Then you have Marco, who's featured on the cover. Him, and basically he comes back from his run, or his run, and basically what he does is he protects the hilltop community and the other communities, but predominantly the hilltop. And him and his partner Ken, due to the incidents in the last issue, he brings Ken to his ditch and eventually a house, but that part isn't really seen. That where he brings the guy to the house, that's not seen in the issue. He mentions it, but he basically ditches Ken at this house, and wishes him the best of luck. Hopefully he survives, knowing he's not likely going to survive due to his leg injury. He's not bitten, but he's very badly wounded in his leg. So besides the point, Marco he ditches Ken, and when he arrives to Alexandria, he's beat up. Um, and the doctor, Harlan Carson, he checks up on him, and they ask him what happened, what happened, and he basically explains he had to ditch Ken at the house, and then at the end he's like, I think, there was whispers, and I think they're starting to talk. Well, it wasn't really that, but it was basically that. It was like, and there were whispers, and I was afraid, hence the title, and basically that you interpret that the walkers are talking, which is crazy. Um, I'm gonna do a discussion topic on that alone, but just to do my quick thoughts on that, really, really, think that ending could go 50-50. That the ending could end up being leading into a good story arc, or just the weirdest fucking story arc we've seen in The Walking Dead thus far. And then you have to remember you have to interpret this into a TV show somehow. So yeah, but again, more on that on the discussion topic, which I'll leave an annotation here once I actually make it. So yeah, now the writing was decent for the most part. A bit disappointing from what I'm usually expecting, but no, overall it was good. The artwork is still good. I think problem is the only problem really is the plot, not the plot. I mean, it's one of those. It's like one of those issues that kind of one of the more slower issues, but the the major plot point, which is at the end, or the plot twist or whatever, just makes no sense. And as I said before, it's like really, is that really where you're going? Because I know this is an indie book. You could practically do whatever you want, but it's like really, you really want to do that? It's like it's kind of a risk. So yeah, really the plot is the only thing that's kind of questionable. But overall, it's a decent comic. Also I forgot to comment on in the beginning of the issue you have Magno, and she's a new character. Um, Magda and her group they're talking to Negan, and we originally thought that she was gonna save Negan or free Negan from the prison, but no, bullshit on you, and she doesn't save him, and Negan's like, all right, you caught me. I'm an actual criminal, you know, but whatever. I had to try. So yeah, I just want to comment on that, and that was, I guess, pretty somewhat expected, but unexpected at the same time. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'd give this a 7 out of 10. Really, the only thing that that's really questionable in my opinion is the ending, and that really, that's a really iffy ending if you ask me. So yeah, that's basically it for this review. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I review The Walking Dead TV show and The Walking Dead comics, so definitely stay tuned for that. Besides that, I review movies, comic books, and TV shows, so also definitely do stay tuned for that. Besides that, comment down below on your thoughts on this issue if you read it, and what are your thoughts on it. If you haven't read it, why, and if you have, your thoughts down below, let me know. Besides that, like this video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. That's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.